I have been requested by Shadow Sylveon to make a Pokemon video showcasing all my favorite Pokemon teams. Now, if you go back and watch my last YouTube short I made, you can still comment your ideas for my next YouTube video. Now, you should totally go subscribe to him on Rumble. And anyways, let's get into it on Pokemon Showdown in the VR browser. So I am here in the browser with the Showdown Team Builder to showcase these 7 teams that I have made for you today. Basically, I'm going to showcase these 7 teams while talking about the individual Pokemon and how they relate to each other as a team. Start off, we're going to do with my singles team that I made a while ago. Gen 9 OU, Snow, Kyurem, Weather Ball, Zapdos. It has Slowking, Kyurem, Araquanid, Zapdos, Corviknight, and Garchomp. Basically, this whole thing is you use Sticky Web on Araquanid, and you could use Substitute or Switch out. And later in the game, you would use Chilly Reception to boost Kyurem's Ice Defense and get Weather Ball on my Choice Scarf Zapdos. So, Slowking Galar, I feel like is pretty kind of standard moveset and everything. The stats and Terra type are a little off. Dark is so I can resist knockoff, and I have max HP special defense with some special defense, so I can live knockoffs from like less powerful Pokemon. Kyurem with Assault Vest means I can only use attacking moves, and I just happen to be very bulky, very special attacky, with some speed, Terra Steel for defense against fighting types, or not fighting, rock types. Basically, in the snow, ice types get plus 50% boost to their defense, and Assault Vest gives plus 50% boost to their special defense. So basically, I have max HP and then boosted defense and special defense in the snow, and he has 130 special attack, so that just hits hard and he can live a lot. Araquanid is probably the backbone of this team. He is so good. Leftovers, any stats, he's fairly bulky with a good attack stat. Water Bubble boosts his liquidation by 2. Grass Terra type for defense, and Sticky Webs, because Sticky Webs is really good, and this team is not really heavily invested into speed, as you can really see, apart from Zapdos and Garchomp. Liquidation for some nice stab. Water Bubble. Infestation is so I can slowly chip down other things that resist water, like grass types. And Substitute is so underrated on Araquanid. I feel like it's really good. With this defense boost, there are times where I have gotten where I take like 4 substitute hits on like an Iron Tread or something like that, and it's just very good. He can just tank, and he could kill their lead too as well. It's very good. Zapdos is my main speedster here. Gotta have some speed. I have Volt Switch for switching out, Thunderbolt for some nice special attacking damage. As you can see, I have very evenly spread out between HP, special attack, and speed. I'm already fast enough with the Choice Scarf, so I don't really need too much more into speed. Special attack, he already has 125, that's pretty good. HP is so I can actually live a few things. And Weather Ball is for in the ice or sun or anything else. I can do huge ice type damage to like grass types. Grass types is very good. I'm sorry, this team is very good against grass types. I have 5 Pokemon. Everything besides Garchomp can hit grass for super effective, so grass types basically just lose. The Ancient Power is because just a coverage move that is fully accurate. That's not Terra Blast, because Terra Blast would just be ice anyways. I don't like inaccurate moves, so I usually just have all 100% accurate moves. Corviknight is pretty standard, just leftovers. Terra Water to Terra at a fire weakness, my bad. And then Defog to get rid of hazards, Bruce to heal, Braver and Ironhead for damage, and just HP and defense for a lot of bulk. He's already pretty special defensive-ish. I don't know. The Kyurem's our main special tank. And lastly, we just have Garchomp for just max speed and attack for Sword Stance. And just focus out so you can live while Sword Stancing, and then just basically just go to town. And that is my singles team. Now the rest of the teams are my doubles team, but first I'm going to go with my doubles Ubers and doubles OU, and then we're going to go into the VGC regulations. So first I have my doubles Ubers team, which is centered around Luvdisc. The main idea is Luvdisc Kyogre duo, which is somewhat known. It's not very good, people say, but I really enjoy playing Luvdisc, mainly because I like using unknown, really like not very good strategies, and so I have Luvdisc Kyogre here. Kyogre has Water Spout, Choice Specs, just pretty standard moveset, I think. Terra Water for even more offense, and just max speed special attack. Luvdisc gives Swift Swim Entrainment, which means I can give Entrainment is basically you give your ability to the other Pokemon and you can keep it yourself. So basically now Luvdisc and Kyogre are both super speedy in rain. They can even outspeed some Pokemon in Tailwind. Then I have Icy Wind, and Soak is so I can use super effective Thunders and Draco Meteors and stuff on things that, like a grass type, that would resist. Rhydon is just Scarf, so I can have even more speed. This is a very hyper offense speedy team, which, with a good backbone of Amoonguss and Cineroar, just pretty standard moveset, max speed special attack with Terra Fairy, Dazzling Gleam. Pretty standard Tornadus. I feel like this. I usually run. I think this one right here. I usually run this with pretty like bulky with a lot of special attack and a little bit of speed because I run Whimsicott with max speed so I can outspeed Tornadus, and Terra Steel for its defense because I have Covert Cloak for the block fake out. I don't need Terra Ghost. Amoonguss, pretty standard, just Citrus Berry. Cineroar has Rocky Helmet, so just pretty standard. Amoonguss, nothing really talk. And Cineroar, Rocky Helmet, so Urshifu will take some damage, and other things will take damage on contact when they hit this. Fake Out, Taunt, Parting Shot, Knockoff. I usually have Knockoff for Calyrex, Shadow Rider, and Lunala, because I don't really have any other Dark type or Ghost type move to hit them for super effective damage, so I just have Incineroar with a very HP defensive Incineroar right here. And I like Terra Bug over Terra Ghost, because it also gives it ground resistance. No, my doubles OU team is the new Gholdengo Rain team that I made a couple weeks ago. It's centered around two duos of Berserker, Gholdengo, Kingdra, and Pelipper. So, if you didn't know, Berserker has Steely Spirit that boosts your allies and his attacks that are Steel type by 50%. Gholdengo has Metal Coat, which does it by another 20%. And basically, Make It Rain, it becomes from 120 base power to 218 base power, which is pretty crazy, judging by he already has 133 special attack. And then we have Kingdra and Pelipper. Pelipper is to set up Rain and get fast Tailwinds off with Choice Scarf. Usually you would just switch out, and then later game you would have some nice attacks that are pretty strong, because I have a very offensive Pelipper here. The moveset for Gholdengo is just pretty standard. Amoonguss, again, pretty standard, except Clear Smog over Pollen Puff, because I don't really use Pollen Puff that often. And I think it was Lunala that I was having trouble with. No, there was one thing that had a lot of stat boosts. I think it was Dondozo, so I actually do really good against Dondozo with Clear Smog, Rocky Helmet, and Terra Psychic. I can't remember why I put Terra Psychic, but part of the reason is I don't need Terra Water, because with Rain, that Rain makes Fire type moves 50% less effective, so I don't really need Terra Water as much on Amoonguss. I can't remember exactly why I put Terra Psychic on, but it's there. Kingdra is just Toy Spec, Swift Swim, Max Special Attack Speed, pretty standard. Nobody uses Kingdra, so I don't really know what standard is, but like Weather Ball, Draco, Mighty Water, Ice Beam, just... Berserker is Assault Vest, Terra Dragon, so I can live Fire type attacks, and I already have Ground Immunity, Ground Resistance, so there's only three actually Ground types, super effective. Just have Fake Out, Iron Head, U-Turn, Close Combat, pretty nice max HP attack with a lot of defense, because his special defense is already cooked. Lastly is Electivire. This could probably be switched up or something else, but basically I have Follow Me, Motor Drive, so it's electric immunity with another redirection, and Electro Web for speed control and taunt, so I don't have to deal with Trick Room. Now I'm going to do my Reg I team, which is the current format right now. And then we'll have my 3 Regulation F teams that has been the regulation for a while now. This is Terapagos, Zamazenta, Whimsicott, Cinnamore, Urshifu, and Landorus. We have the Terapagos, which is pretty much my star. I like Power Herb. Terapagos, max HP, max special attack. Meteor Beam can 1-tap Calyrex Ice Rider. I like it when they're Terra Fire because it's still super effective on them. Terra Star, Storm Protect, Ice Beam is for like Ursaluna because I don't really have anything else besides Zamazenta and a little bit Urshifu. I have Terra Water, Terra Blast, Zamazenta. No, basically pretty strange, but I don't really like to use Urshifu. He's just kind of there for a physical water type attacker because I already have like 3 special attackers, and I like to have balanced 3 special attackers and 3 physical attackers. Then there's just Wide Guard, Beam Bash, Body Press, pretty standard moveset, apart from Terra Blast. And there's some attack, some defense, some special defense for bulk. Whimsicott is very interesting here. Moveset is fine. The EVs are... I don't know why I put 252 HP with Focus Sash. I probably could just switch that for special attack, and I just have Rock type instead of Ghost type on Whimsicott. Because Whimsicott, I like to have my Whimsicott live so I can encore people late game. A lot of people like their Whimsicott to die right after it uses Tailwind, but I prefer to kind of live so I can have a switch in later in the game. I just need to like sack something on 1 HP so I can let like Urshifu live for the next turn. And Terra Rock is to turn every weakness except for Steel into a resistance, and pretty standard everything else. Incineroar is the exact same as my last team, or the Ubers team, so I don't really need to talk about that. I don't really use Urshifu, but like pretty standard, just Scarf, moveset, max HP, max attack and speed. And Landorus, just Life Orb Sheer Force. You have to run this. If you don't run Life Orb with any Pokemon with Sheer Force, you're just missing out on huge damage output. Because this increases moves that have a secondary effect by 30%, but removes their secondary effect. And Life Orb also gives a 30% boost. But for some reason, with Sheer Force, Life Orb does not give the HP decrease. So it's just a no-brainer to run it. Terra Water, so I can live Surging Strikes and just 3 moves that have secondary effects for coverage. And pretty defensive, not very fast Landorus here. Well, the first of my Regulation F teams is the Iron Boulder team, which is my most recent one. We have Iron Boulder, which I build around because Rock type moves are pretty good, but they're not very... Usually Rock type moves are not very good, and they're hard to come across, apart from like Ivy Cudgel. But even then, nobody really uses Overpon Cornerstone. I have Mighty Cleave, which is a really good move. Then Grimmsnarl, Landorus, Raging Bolt, Scizor, and Rillaboom. Basically, you have a speed boosting booster energy on this very offensive little bulk. Iron Boulder, Terra Grass to get rid of the water weakness. Mighty Cleave is 95 base power, so that's pretty good, and it goes third Protect without breaking protection like Feint would protect. Then Close Combat and Quick Guard. Very interesting. I can block like Fake Outs, Priority Encores with Whimsicott with Quick Guard. But it does, I believe, kind of like a Protect move, because if you do Protect 2 times in a row, you have a less chance of using it Quick Guard. And then Protect also has that less chance. I don't really know why that is like that. It's not like that with a Wide Guard, just Quick Guard. It's pretty weird. Pretty standard. Grimmsnarl here, just Terra Steel. I usually run Terra Ghost so they can dodge Fake Out. I like Terra Steel so I can dodge Steel type moves and Poison type moves. And just Light Screen Reflect, Thunder Waves, Spirit Break, mildly defensive with a little bit of attack. This is the exact same Landorus. Actually, no, it's not. There's a little bit more speed and there's a little bit modifications to the EV, a little bit of bulk, a little more speed, and a little more special attack, I think I geared it up a few points to outspeed something that I was having trouble with. Raging Bolt is my tank, along with Rillaboom. Leftovers and the Grassy Surge from Rillaboom allows for a lot of healing, while Calm Mind allows for nice special defense increases after I already have a lot of physical defense and HP. And I also use my special attack for Thunderclap and Dragon Pulse with defensive Terra Fairy. So there's my Tailwind setter, which Bullet Punch is for Fluttermane, because I hate Fluttermane. It's so annoying, but Bullet Punch from Scizor can one-tap it. And then just Tailwind and Bug Bite, so I can actually get rid of like Citrus Berries. I think like Lunala sometimes runs Citrus Berry, so I have that. And Terrifier is to not be weak to fire. And then just, because I have Focus Sash, just max attack and speed, so I can get Tailwinds off faster. And then it's just a very standard Rillaboom with knockoff, so I can kill Fluttermanes or Ghost type and Psychic types. Next is my Blastoise Gouging Fire team. Now I wanted to make a Blastoise team because Blastoise is my favorite Pokemon, but normally people run a Water Spout like Stealth Smash Blastoise, but here I'm actually running a very supportive Blastoise with Covert Cloak. I was building this team, I started with Blastoise, Big Man Blastoise, and I had Fake Out, Ice Beam, and Protect, and I was looking through water stab moves with 100% accuracy, and I came across Water Pledge, which is his strongest 100% accurate water type move. You have Chilling Water for 50, and then Hydro Pump for 110, and Muddy Water for 90, but it's 85% accurate. And Surf is multiple target, it hits your teammate, otherwise I would definitely run that. And Water Spout is the less power with your HP going down. There's a fun thing about the pledges. There's 3 different pledge moves: Water, Fire, and Grass Pledge. And when you use them together, they have a special effect. They combine into one move and have a special effect. Arguably, the strongest one is Water Pledge and Grass Pledge together. Basically, Water Pledge and Grass Pledge together creates a swamp, which quarters, not halves, quarters your opponent's speed for like 4 turns or 5 turns. Very good. And then I have a very Gouging Fire. So Gouging Fire team, kind of like bulky physical attacking team, because he has Howl. This is just standard Chien-Pao Focus Sash, Terra Ghost, dodge, Fake Out, so you don't break the Focus Sash. I have 2 dark moves in Chien-Pao because you don't really use Sacred Sword that much, and I have Annihilate with close combat. And I just hate, because I always choose Sucker Punch, and then there was time at which I had Throat Chop, so I changed it. But then like the next game I want Sucker Punch again, so I just had both. And Icicle Crash over is 95%, 90% accurate. But why I don't click Ice Spinner is because that would remove Grassy Surge on Rillaboom, which is healing me in my bulky team. This is a very standard Gouging Fire right here. Terra Fairy for defense, and then it's a speed boosted energy, so I have speedy breaking swipes and heat crashes, which is very powerful. And Burning Bulwark is protect, but if you hit into that, you get burned, so that's very good. Same Landorus. Again, I always run this Landorus. Rillaboom, same Rillaboom, pretty much, except it has Grass Pledge instead of knockoff. And then we have my leftovers bulky Annihilate. So you can just sit there, bulk up, protects, also powering up Rage Fist. For Terra Ghost, Rage Fist very strong and has close combat for big damage as well. My last team is my Sylveon team, which I made for Shadow Sylveon, who requested this video, and you should totally go subscribe to him on Rumble. Basically, I have a Throat Spray Sylveon with Terrifier, with Hyper Voice, Terrifier, Terra Blast, which is very good, very unexpected for some people. Calm Mind and Protect. This is a slow Sylveon. I don't have minimum speed IVs, but basically you don't want it fast because this is a Trick Room team with Ferrograph. I know this makes you think otherwise, but it is. Next up we have Lilligant Hisuian, which is Terra Ghost, so I can dodge Fake Outs. Focus Sash, and then after you protect Encore Leaf Blade, some nice sunny when support when it's in the sun. And Leaf Blade, in a crit, there's a heightened crit chance. In a crit, it can kill Urshifu with one tap. Then we have Farigiraf, very standard. I feel like there's Terra Fire. Oh no, it usually runs Terra Normal or Psychic or something to boost its moves. I have Terra Fire because in my testing, I would literally just lose to Flutter Mane Chiyu lead, which was, I guess, kind of popular during that time. I have Trick Room, Protect, Psychic, Hyper Voice, so I have some bulk, a little bit of speed, I guess, and some defense, a lot of defense, and special attack. Safety Goggles allow me to not get hit by Spore. Iron Hands is for some nice physical attack. He's my main physical attacker of the team. Fake Out, Wild Charge, Dream Punch, and Heavy Slam. I always run Wild Charge over Supercell Slam because if they protect into my Supercell Slam, that is very bad. Terra Fighting is to boost your Drain Punches. Heavy Slams for like Flutter Mane. And he's very bulky with some special defense. Even more about the Assault Vest. Amoonguss, same standard Amoonguss, but this time with Pollen Puff because I can actually heal people because it's Trick Room and he's slow. If you don't know what Trick Room does, it reverses the speed order, so the slower Pokemon move first and the faster ones move last. Lastly, I have a Torkoal with Protect, Eruption, Heat Wave, and Earth Power, and very special attack, and then just bulky. And basically, if you haven't known, there's a Lilligant Hisuian and Torkoal combo outside of Trick Room, so sometimes I would use Farigiraf Sylveon as my lead and have Torkoal Lilligant in the back. So basically, Farigiraf dies, one turn of Trick Room off, Torkoal dies, I switch out to Lilligant, and then I have Chlorophyll after you. If you don't know what that does, you use it on your partner, or I guess if you really want to, the enemy, and they move directly after you. So now you have practically priority eruptions, which is very, very strong. Thank you for watching. Once again, subscribe to Shadow Sylveon on Rumble. If you have any video ideas, put them in my last video on my 200 subscriber special, and feel free to share your favorite Pokemon teams in the comments.